Hello, hello everybody, and welcome back to Dishonored, Death of the Outsider. So last time, we went through and we wrapped up the Royal Conservatory mission where we figured out where the eyeless cultists were entering the Void. And this time we are heading off to Shinderi North Quarry, where we will be sort of investigating, figuring out if it's actually a Void entrance and all that stuff. So, just a quick note before we get into this one. I had a brief issue with my webcam before I started this iteration of the recording. It should be fixed. I don't know why I seem to be cursed in terms of webcam at the moment, but it should be fixed. But if there's an issue at all at any point, I'll cut away and mention it. Shouldn't be. Hopefully, I think I fixed everything. And it might just be that I was alt-tabbing on this screen in the game, because it seems like this screen in particular, the game likes to break whenever you try to alt-tab when you're specifically looking at these little sort of start screens. But yes, in any case, so this is the first video I'm recording after having started my new job. And the reason why that is relevant is because I just wanted to mention that I know that I've already said as much in the community post, but with the hours that I'm working, it sort of limits the amount of time I have available in order to do recording and editing. So depending on when this video comes out, is gonna be whether or not I was successful or unsuccessful in sort of figuring out a new sort of system that works for at least getting one video done per during the work week. So if this comes out on Friday, then that succeeded, and I just need to figure out a new plan for getting a video done and ready for Tuesdays. But if this is coming out on Tuesday, that means that I needed more time to edit it, which is likely going to mean that I need to adjust the upload schedule. So, depending on when this comes out, that'll be the case. But yes, in any case, let's go ahead and get into it. I will mention I'm still struggling to hear out of this ear, so if there's any moments where it's like I should notice something, like a sound in game that clues me to something, and I start complaining about it, it's just because I'm really, really struggling to hear out of this ear at the moment. In fact, at the moment, I can't. I have been put on medication to help with it, but I still can't really hear out of this ear at the moment, but it is getting better. It's just usually when I'm wearing headphones that it's a problem. But yeah, in any case, let's go ahead and get into it, and let's wrap up the story of Dishonored, Death of the Outsider.
There's a darkness at the center of all things. It'll change you if you think about it too much, but it's always there. It waits for you. When I was in hiding, I tried to forget everything that I was. Now I aim to keep my promise to a dead man, someone who meant the world to me. Sometimes I still hear Dowd's voice echoing through the metal of this miserable knife. This is the strangest, most important thing I've been through, and that's saying a lot. There's a mining complex on Shinderi Peak, somehow so obscure that most people don't believe it exists. That mad cult lives there, protecting the one place that can bring me face to face with the outsider himself. Years ago, I heard Dowd talking about the Void, a fear that grips your throat, bends your spine, but I can't turn away now. What will we have left if the outsider's gone? His name might be lost to the Void, but tonight, I'll find out if he can still bleed. This is the place, Shinderi North Quarry. It shouldn't exist, but from what I can see, this place is real. At least for now.
Here, the Void is closest to the surface of reality, breaking through and spilling out all the fear and power the Abbey of the Everyman tries to hide. You have uncovered more than most. What you do now will change the world.
You again. You know I used to wonder if you'd speak to me. I almost wanted it. Every street kid, every desperate wretch pushed to the edge. They all wanted you to speak to them. Why didn't you? Why me, now? You know I'm here to end this. You and this disgusting cult.
People have come to this place for centuries wanting many things. To elude death, to seek forbidden knowledge, they are never satisfied no matter how much they take. Not even the dead find peace here. You will find another relic of the cult's heart. A piece of whatever god came before my time. You will find the people who murdered me. When I knew them, they had names and ambitions. Now, they wander this place, their minds snared up with terrible secrets, keeping hidden the unspeakable ritual that made me what I am. Deep in the void, they put a knife to my throat and tore my name away. You have found the knife. Maybe you can find my name in the black viscera of this place, if you care to look.
Why are you telling me this? What do you want?
We both know how a mob can justify a murder to themselves. Who I was or what I wanted never mattered to the cultists here. I will not speak to you again. The next time we meet, you will be face to face with what was done to me all those years ago. Your mind echoes with everything that Dowd wants you to do. But I am here to say that you have a choice, Billy Lurk.
So that's your indication that despite chaos, there you go. If you remember, we have not seen one of those chaos objectives show up this entire game. It hasn't mattered. Sure, it still affected the story, depending on who we kill and who we don't. We've never seen that show up. We've been given another way. My nights on this mountain have been sleepless, but last night I dreamed about the Outsider. I knew I would, sooner or later. He was held in the void, eyes shut tight as if he were dreaming something just as terrible. I didn't hesitate. I put my living hand to his cheek, then pushed the knife deep into his chest. I leaned into it with my whole body as it slid into him like with a shudder, blood welling up over my fingers. His eyes opened then. I saw him face to face just for a moment. Then he fell, trembling in the dark, and all I could see was Deirdre twitching in the gutter like the day she died. I had to force myself to wake up just so I could look away. I know the knife becomes a part of me when I can't see it. I feel it on my chest and my throat. I could hate the Outsider for what he's done to me, twisting up the few memories I hold dear, showing me horrors I never want to witness, leaving me with ragged pieces of myself, all bound up in shadows. Can I end his miserable life for that? Did I remember to read this? I don't think I did. Yeah, I don't think I remembered to read this last time, so Dowd is dead. I'm all that's left of him. Me and this knife I can't let go. Dolores Michaels' bank was a puzzle box of miserable secrets, and right at the center was the reason for it all. A woman taught to breaking in the knife she tried to hide. The Outsider handed the knife to me himself. He wants to know what I'm going to do with it. He'll find out soon enough. Why does this thing have two blades? Nothing ever gets stuck between them. None of this void shit ever makes any sense. Alone again. I burned Dowd's body today. When I left the Whalers, the rat plague was still piling corpses in the street. There wasn't anyone alive in those months who didn't learn grief. Even Dowd knew he lost himself to it then. But I can't lose myself. Not now. Not again. When Deirdre died, who I was or what I'd done died too. And no one else saw me like she did. No one until I met Dowd, and he gave me purpose again. When I left Dunwall, I let it heal over with lies. But my time back with Dowd reopened that wound. All I can hope now is that I helped him in his final days, just like he helped me. At the bank, I learned more about this pharmacist Cienfuegos. He was an eyelist and an artist, too. He painted the void and was close to finding out how the cult leaders reached that place. He stole documents from Dolores Michaels and sent them to the Royal Conservatory. I need to find them so I can see what he saw. His paintings are quiet, if a painting can be quiet. Quiet, but unsettled. He wanted to know everything, uncover every secret. He was searching just like me, and he was killed for it. A broken coven. The last time I was in Syria Gardens, the Royal Conservatory had become a nest for the same coven of witches I'd worked with in Dunwall years ago. The curator, Brianna Ashworth, and a group of women were living there, performing odd rituals with bones and glass. Now the Abbey of the Evermen and their witch hunters have taken it over and are gutting the place of all traces of black magic. If I'm lucky, the documents I need haven't been burned yet. When the Outsider is gone and the Overseers can't use him to prey on people's fears, I'll be there laughing as the Abbey falls to pieces. And that could explain why the Overseers didn't want people to know that the Outsider was going to die. People struggle to let go of power. The way to Shindari North Quarry. I'll never know exactly what Sister Roswin saw in her visions, but something made her hesitate. Something made her hold on to that silvergraph long enough for me to save it from the fire. The archive that Cienfuegos stole shows exactly where the void touches our world, where I can reach the Outsider. I don't know what else I'll find there. All the whispers and legends say something terrible. Something you can't forget. I won't know what's true until I reach it. What do you pack for a journey to the void? I just left everything behind. Leaving Karnaca. Every day Karnaca gets smaller. That swarming, stinking city, now nothing but a few lights in the distance. But I can't look back anymore. The void is closer with every step. It's quiet out here. Sometimes all I can hear is my own breath, my own heartbeat. It reminds me of being on the open ocean, feeling like you're the only one left alive. Feeling like the world won't care if you don't come back. Nothing but me and my thoughts. My choice. Everything I've done led me to this place, to this moment. Killing the Duke's brother when I was a kid, betraying Dowd, helping Emily retake the throne. But even then I never felt important. It was always just another desperate person trying to make sense. I was always just another desperate person trying to make sense of her life. I watched my whole world being taken from me over and over. This time I gave it all up on my own. I'm climbing the mountain. I don't know what waits for me there, but the Outsider is watching, and he knows it was my choice to go. The Outsider hasn't known anything but hatred for thousands of years. He was killed to fulfill a purpose. No one asked him what he wanted. The lights went out in his world and his eyes adjusted to the dark. I know what real loneliness is like. If it hadn't been for Dowd, I would have died from it. Now I'm walking into the void to face the loneliest creature in the world. Maybe the Outsider knows, but I'm just chasing down someone who can give me a bit of purpose. Maybe the Outsider knows I'm just chasing down someone who can give me a bit of purpose. I have nothing left except promises to the dead. When I reach him, I'll see more clearly than ever. Whew. No contracts this time. It's just go at it. What were the bone charms we got? Ooh, briefly slow time using Void Strike against an enemy. Gain an additional portion of Void Energy. Thank you. I think it was Strike Dilation, the one I just equipped, and maybe Cornered Animal? I don't know. Let's see. Let's make some bone charms. We gotta make use of it before the series is over. Enemy grenades inflict slightly more damage. That's not terrible. Nice, and that one came out uncorrupted. Cool. Now, are there any of these that we can get rid of? I think these two can go. But I only really need to... move slightly slower when carrying your body. I'm on this. I'm not really. Hook toilets are silence in midair. Let's see some of our corrupted bone charms, see if any of them are cool. Significantly less damage. Brief invisibility. I think I wanted to do Void Leech, wasn't it? Using semblance killing. Yeah. That's a pretty cool setup. Alright. This is gonna be spicy.
I died because they demanded it. But soon, there won't be any more demands.
Am I actually faster when crouching with all four? I think I am. At the very least, the same speed. I might have realized that.
Where is everyone? I hate this place already.
I don't blame you. Okay. Doja's down.
The ones who made me have watched the way for centuries be dead on, rotting from the inside. But they will win my case.
It's almost like they feel guilty. So the outsider in the little intro bit there mentions the god before him. So the outsider hasn't always, well, obviously the outsider hasn't always been a god, but the outsider hasn't always been the only godlike power. There have been others, other gods. Perhaps they had something to do with the outsider's creation. It's an interesting thing to think about. I wanted to check. Is there anything in here? There's some stuff in here. Oh my gosh! That pretty much confirms that you're faster. Oh my gosh. That is so quick. The faster climbing speed is almost invaluable. Like, it's not amazing, but it's good. Oh yeah, there's still bone charms in this mission. I forgot about that. I don't think there's coin, though. Bird of Prey. Ooh, that's kind of decent. Oh, no, no, never mind. That's the one that restores health on drop kills. That's not that good. It's okay, but it's not like there's some bone charms that if I find them, I'm immediately crafting up to the max. Like, I think Whirlwind is one I haven't found, and if I find Whirlwind, I'm using it. Shaban. I know you don't believe me, but I saw it again. The air shivered and split apart and sealed up again like a river crust. The rest of the day I didn't recognize anyone's faces. It was like their mouths and noses and eyes all blurred together like a bad silvergraph. I had to guess who was who based on their clothes. We didn't leave Dunwall for this shit. When the Pendleton mines closed up, we thought, now's our chance. We can go to Serkonos. There's better pay and better weather. Now, maybe we should have stayed. I don't know. I can't handle this. I can't go down there not knowing... Oh, God. I meant to put my arms on my... the armrest of my chair is missed completely. I can't handle this. I can't go down there not knowing what I might see. Please, you have to believe me. You're the only one who knows. Your brother, Neil. Or Niall. I struggle to pronounce the, the Irish Gaelic names. I know Shaban, and I know, Ava. Like E-A-B-A. I know how to pronounce those ones, but there's some that I still struggle with.
She will feel back all the lies and symbols. For some, a catastrophe. For others, a revelation. And for some, my death will be a promise.
Ah, here we go.
Leave me alone!
Calm yourself, Antero. You had that coming and you know it. How will you find wisdom when you ignore the simplest tenets? Seek no solace in mundane things, cast aside distractions. Your little pets were distracting your gaze from the void.
Where's the harm? I was just feeding the rats and talking to them. Like the lonely rat boy from the stories.
We're not in a story. The void needs you.
I don't want to go to the void anymore. I've seen what happens. The stone grips more than your body. It takes over your mind and heart.
This is our purpose, Antero. This is why we're here. Don't fight the influence of the endless and empty.
I don't want to. I'm scared. I don't want to become like them.
Don't...
Oh no, he died. No! I wanted to talk
Why
to
do they
him.
look like that? What goes on here?
Look at them. They're like partially... They're partially turned to stone, or like void, the same void rock that my sword's made out of. Also, did I get a bone charm off of one of them? I did. Blade ballet is cool. Spring raiders have a slight chance to eliminate a body. An interesting detail is you saw that they mentioned the Pendleton silver mines drying up, which means that at some point this mine was run and operated and closed down between Dishonored 1 and this game. Because even though the Pendleton family was affected by what Corvo did, their mines would have been still running by the time of at least like a couple years after Dishonored 2. Because like Slackjaw mentioned sending the Pendleton twins to work in their own mine. So why would he send them to work in a mine that was already empty? So that means that not only have people forgotten about this place's existence, but it's been like within the last couple years, probably recent forgetting. So some truly strange shit is happening here. Doesn't seem to be anything in particular. Hi!
Cold stone hard. Tastes bad. Breaks teeth. Blood in the eyes.
The rats in Shinra North Korea have noticed certain cultists transforming from flesh and blood into unearthly stone beings, and we're gonna see what that is. Oh yeah, by the way, regarding my ear thing, if I need to take a break during recording to like quite literally to allow my ear to breathe, so that I'm not in pain, like that might be a thing that happens. So if there's any weird cuts at like weird moments, that's probably why. I'll try to keep it to times that sort of like somewhat make sense, but yeah. Difficulty continue at Shinderi North Quarry. Concerning reports of disrupted mining activity at Shinderi North Quarry yet again, with many working on-site complaining of unsettling visual and auditory hallucinations. These have ranged from seemingly innocuous instances of misplaced equipment to large sections of the mine disappearing and reappearing within hours. The widespread nature of these collective hallucinations have made them difficult for the Shinderi Mining Company to dismiss. Furthermore, rumors of black damp, miners think for a lack of breathable air caused by underground gases, have spread, leading to several threats of a general strike across the company's workforce, as well as a growing labor shortage as many miners choose to leave the troubled site. Accusations of poor working conditions, particularly lack of adequate ventilation, are entirely unfounded and ultimately harmful to our operations, said Berenice Castiglia, a representative of the Shinderi Mining Company, when reached for comment. We are committed to the health and safety of our workers and have taken steps to ensure those reporting headaches, memory loss, and hallucinations have access to proper counseling and treatment. That clearly went so well for you. You can hear it. Oh, it's down there. Oh, and it's a black bone charm, too.
What is that thing? Ah! It makes my eye burn.
Can I cheese this? Yeah, baby! I don't think I was supposed to do that way. Yeah, no.
I saw you hasten from the library yesterday.
Mobile mimicry. What does that do? Damn it! They made Whirlwind oh, they made Whirlwind a black bone charm. Semblance drains less void energy. Wouldn't that synchronize? Movement speed is reduced while we're using semblance. I could probably sacrifice hardiness for Whirlwind. Actually, how much does it increase my sword? I disagree on your definition of slight.
I stared into its core and recognized myself. It yearns as I yearn. Under its gaze, I sank beneath the surface of these waters. I walked the path of the envisioned and witnessed the churning of the void.
Sorry if I miss some of the dialogue. I'll try to zoom the subtitles up on screen if they're there.
Presence in my mind.
Yes, yes. The Dead Sea with such depth. The eye of the dead god sees all our desires.
One day we too shall see the truth.
I have a dead god, huh?
I know it.
I have a dead god, huh? The eye of the dead god? Mm-hmm. There are connections and threads that connect and thread things. Okay, let's have a look at who's out here. So that's the I marked his pistol. See.
Is someone there?
What? It's not wise to force. Face your death!
Did that get both of them? It did! Nice! Tonight we commune with the Eye. When you finish your studies for the evening, leave the library and join us in the chamber. The relic will look inside us and we must aid in its search. The void lies inwards. We must bring it to the surface to see its truth. Bring 3 sharp knives. Oh god, our entire bottom half is just fucking gone. Also, I have no idea why I was surprised that there would be more bone charms here. This would be like bone charm fucking central. If anybody that's gonna have bone charms, it's like the one successful cult that's eluded the fucking Abbey of the Evermen. Nice. Oh!
The outsider is walking among us.
I don't think I've ever gone this way. Oh, wait, yes I have. I appear to have accidentally went the right way. Let's go check out the rest of this area before we go that way, because I'm pretty sure that's actually where I need to go. I think I'm remembering. Hold on. Oh, God. This is where that bone charm is going to bite me in the butt. I mean, I can still teleport, which is good. Quite significantly cuts down the amount of time I'm spending running back with bodies. Some whale oil tanks down here. Yeah, okay, so you can see like there's like a weight gauge there, so we just gotta add more stuff to it. By the way, I know I'm just immediately started doing the puzzle. The clue for this one is this. So you can't go down your own, but if you add people and some weight, it'll let you go down. And how do we get weight? Oh yeah, murder.
How did you up there?
Nothing?
No luck.
I'll take a look around.
Search over there.
Yeah, do it. Come investigate, you fools.
You'll pay for her death.
Why am I not... Why was I not sprinting? I was trying to sprint her so I could do the slide thing I usually do. Oh my god. Billy just... Ooh. What does that do? Knockdowns are much less likely to affect you. I haven't been knocked down this entire playthrough, I don't think. Where'd that one lady end up? 1, 2... Oh. Yeah, look at their eyes! Their eyes are so creepy, I love it! Also, I completely chose the wrong type of ammo. I was fighting those guys. Okay. That's enough. Alright, let's go... Because that's gonna take us... Oh, it's gonna take us to the exact same place. I think. I think just one might be a little bit less subtle than the other. Yeah, just leads to the same place. So yeah, a gap like that is what you should expect. All I did was lift my headphone off and sort of like stretch the area around my ear so it would open up a bit and release the pressure. But yeah.
What will it be like to finally experience May? I see forever, and even I can't see the future.
Interesting. So not even the outsider can perceive his own death. Yeah, they're both very big. Look at it!
We are truly fortunate to experience the passage of Envisioned twice in one day.
The Envisioned.
Envisioned can't communicate with us anymore. Can they see us? Or can they only see what's in the void?
In Witnessed by Stone, Nozaku posits that Envisioned can see us, but choose not to speak. They have loftier matters to ponder when they walk the void.
One day, if I'm lucky enough to hear the call and become Envisioned, I'll still acknowledge I lived like that.
So you say. They never do.
I love the look of the Envisioned. They're a completely unique, in my opinion, type of enemy. Some people may disagree with that take, but I find them to be wholly unique. The closest thing you can relate them to is the Clockworks. But you can see how it walked out of the wall.
Right ahead, from small places, still the huge ice seas. The huge ice seas drags us to the dark places, drags us to the cold. Everything stone, everything cold.
You stumbled upon a swarm of rats whose whisper is little to a huge eye that acts as a window to the void. The eye that I got can be found near the library. The cultist spirit have discovered a way to see the void with it. So this was a quarry, which is basically a stone mine.
Itself, fellow seekers. A face instead of the end of the star. Black eyes rather than that malevolent emptiness. A voice speaking to select few, which otherwise would be the howling of forever, of nothing without end. And now he sleeps in the ritual hold, held in the crushing grip of the void itself. And he will sleep forever, fellow seekers, for that is our charge. For without the outsider, the void would hunger and roil, and the world itself would shudder.
We see what's real. We see what's beyond.
So there you go. I mean, it's kind of obvious, but the Eyeless cult itself, or at least an iteration of it, or at least the descendants. This cult is either the exact cult, or it's the descendants of, or it's the claimed descendants of the cult that created the Outsider. So these people are about as legit as they come. They almost claim mastery over the Outsider, to a degree, which is something not many can ever claim and get anything out of it. Shit.
on ancient translation and linguistics. It's a pity, really. He was a true scholar.
I wouldn't praise him too loudly. He violated the highest commandments of our society. The ritual hold is forbidden to us, as you well know.
I understand his punishment. He had to die, I don't dispute that. But his work...
There are things that even those such as we were never meant to gaze upon. Remember that.
It's a bit more than just a crazy cult. Yeah, here we go. Started with hallucinations. Juana Gallardo screaming when her house vanished as she unlocked her front door. Miners returning from the depths with hair-raising tales of tunnels appearing already quarried and cleared beneath their pickaxes. But soon the entire town was awash in the unexplainable. The first time I hallucinated, I was working in the Shinderi Mining Company's store, distributing supplies to prospectors fresh off the carriages from Karnaca. I pulled a head lantern from the shelf and turned to hand it to the customer, but he was gone. The shop was gone. I was standing alone in a dust-swept street amid tumbled ruins. It was North Quarry Town, but different, as if decades had pressed it into the earth. I blinked and the vision dissipated. I was left befuddled, staring at the curious customer. Soon all of North Quarry started flickering in and out of existence. Talk to a friend and they'd disappear mid-sentence. Roll over in your bedroom and wake under starry skies. We lost sense of what was real and what was illusory, and it worsened, the town disappearing for days while we camped in caves and spoke in hushed voices. It became unbearable. One by one, my neighbors fled to Calero, Bastilian, anywhere but Shinderi. Soon I was the only one left, wandering deserted streets alone. I'd gone half mad with loneliness, roaming mine shafts deep into the mountains. When I stumbled upon a giant eye, it seemed to hum with the power, beckoning me, and when I touched the eye, understanding exploded within me. The invisible layers of the universe were laid bare to me. I left the mines a wiser woman, Shinderi's secrets of mystery no more. I witnessed no more vanishings. Forever after the town remains solid stone for me. So yeah. Something about that eye is sorta kinda not so subtly breaking the world. Entry forbidden.
Forbidden. Could be worth looking into.
You shouldn't have...
Snap reaction. I think that's the one... Yep. Useful for stealth. I'm not stealthing. Okay. Oh, there we go. Undeniable. Oh, what the hell was that? Jesus. Your sword attacks cannot be blocked. Enemy damage you take is increased. Yeesh. Damn. That's a very... That makes sense. Wonder what could be in there. There you go. The eye.
What's all this racket? The enemy is upon us!
Very impressive.
What? That's a trick I...
Yes.
Hi.
Nothing? I'll take a look around.
The void will eat you alive today. Coming here will be the last thing you ever do. No.
Hi. That's way too fun. Bloodthirsty. Okay, we're equipping that one. Alright, what are we taking over Bloodthirsty? 'Cause I'm pretty sure that is a Blackbone Charm. I think we'll take it over Zephyr. Yeah, because we're not that much slower, and in fact, we can probably reach. Yeah, we can reach similar speeds when we're sprinting with our weapon. With our weapon not drawn. So yeah, it's not like we're ridiculously slow. Oh, a hollow.
When I died, this world was remade. And when I die again,
Is that it? Yeah, what happens when a god dies twice? You know? It's an interesting question to ask. There's a whole lot of like stairways that seem to go nowhere, aren't there? Keep that in mind. That's not the power I wanted to use. It's more plagued spirit. I like how everyone was dismissive, like even the witches were dismissive of the eyeless. Like, oh, they're just a bunch of weirdos who drink fermented rat juice. It's like, no, they're about as real and legit as it comes. There's so many of them.
The powers are a waste on you. Search over there, then.
No! You'll pay for his death!
Did you see that?
You'll pay your debt!
You'll pay for that with a paw, you ratbag!
Hear that? The void hisses your name.
Oh, no. Oh shit, I ran out of void energy. Oh god! Soft reset! Give me a timeout!
I lost her. I can't let that happen again.
Are you... I mean, I got what I wanted, but fuck. You guys gave up quick. I guess I did turn down search persistence.
I will guide me right to you. Your blood must be delicious.
Here, me! Ow! No!
She will see me through dark waters. Soon, she will see me in obscurity.
D4, D6, D8, D12, D20. They're playing D&D. Oh, D infinity. Are they like examining the shapes that make them up, kind of thing? It'd be interesting. That was incredibly satisfying. The hell happened to that teleport? Oh, I never noticed this before. Oh, that would have been a far more interesting way to take that section on. I never knew that was there. You find out something new every time you do something. It does put into context, or like call into question, you know, how many people that write books on the Outsider or on the Void were like secretly part of this cult. Because some of the people that, you know, are talked about or are writing these books are assumedly pretty high-profile people, and it's not like this cult is exclusive to people that are, you know, sort of low connections, low links to the rest of the world. What is that guy's line of sight to this person like? Oh, bloody terrible. Ritual hold. That is the least helpful map. But what this means is... So, this is like degrees of separation from the world. So the Empire of the Isles is sort of unaffected. Mostly. Cinder and Earth Quarry is the closest point to the Void without being in the Void. And then there's the Void, and at the center of the Void is the Ritual Hold. This will all of it will become relevant. It would seem we have to go up.
You'll have to be much more specific than that.
Inside the ritual hold, meeting the Outsider face to face. His black eyes, his youthful form untouched by time. I've read varying sources which recount our forebears walking with the Outsider in dreams. One even vividly described him inviting her to suckle blood from the wound the Envisioned inflicted upon him centuries ago.
I wouldn't believe such accounts. They're based on poor scholarship, mystical ramblings at best. Set these wonderings aside. We know the nature of the Outsider. There is only one place where he exists in the flesh, and it is forbidden to us.
Still, it's tantalizing to think about, I mean.
I know what you mean.
So the Envisioned, or those big stone guys we see wandering around, are the ones that made the Outsider. You don't get to shoot me, I'm gonna explode you. Oh. And so it begins.
That's it. The Eye of the Dead God.
We made it.
It's watching me.
Inspect.
It's been a part of me since this all started. It's cold. Dead. But it still sees.
Such a cool sound effect. Sounds so cool.
I can see everything. The void. Like looking under the waves and into the sea.
Look at them. They're around. Malchiote's last notes. 25th month of rain. What do I do? What I do for the sake of my studies. The risks are great, but it was never in my nature to leave questions unanswered. Everything must be revealed in time. The others may judge me, but that same desire exists in their own hearts. They are simply too cowardly to pursue it. The only means to the ritual hold lies in pieces, suspended at the moment in time in which that ancient gate was shattered. I will break the oldest and most sacred dictates of our order by simply approaching it, and to attempt to trespass, I do not know if I will succeed, but I must try. Whatever happens to my body, I know that my research is hidden in a safe place in my cell. My life has led to this moment, my wasted youth in the Academy of Natural Philosophy, my time with the eyeless, my years in this sanctum. And now I may finally uncover the secrets of this ancient language. And if I'm not mistaken, we basically have to retrace all of our steps. And those eyeless that we killed are not the only eyeless in this place. Oh no, this secret goes far deeper. This is why the envisioned are terrifying. Did you see it? They just appear. And you cannot fight these guys normally. I can't remember how I fight them. Do I? Yeah. You gotta stun them, and then you can get them. But I don't think it works like other enemies. They work in a completely unique way. They're so cool. And I'm only hearing sort of half the sound, but even just out of this ear, they just sound amazing. See? Look at those guys. They summon like dudes to fight for them. Something about those things feels unfamiliar to me. Those like mini envisioned. They feel unique, new, special. Somehow. I think they also drain your void energy when you're near them, if I'm not mistaken. Because as you can see, I was charging this, but then I suddenly couldn't cast it. But I'm not looking at my bloody mana bar when I'm fighting them. I'm a bit otherwise preoccupied. But they can, like, just teleport in front of you at random. And it's fucking terrifying. It's happened to me before. See? They can just be places. And it's very unsettling. They can just be places, and it's very, very unsettling. They can just appear, and it makes me sad, because they're scary. They're so overwhelming. That's the main thing.
The combination to his safe might have something to do with those strange symbols. Is that the mark of the outsider? This one was obsessed like all the rest. What did he find out?
The topography of the void is dependent upon reality to supply the base material for it to mirror. However, there is one place that has no referent in our world. Though I know the void sees into our hearts, my fellows call it the ritual hold. Some say it is a cradle, others say a tomb. The outsider himself resides there. To even approach the gate to that place is sacrilege. And even then, the void itself keeps it shut to living eyes. Truly, the ritual hold exists outside of time itself. It would be as futile as it is forbidden to enter. These are thoughts for another time. My research into this ancient alphabet continues. Some remnants of their phonemic qualities are preserved in our oldest writings. The language possesses an unusual amount of diphthongs, reliant on distinction in tone and pitch to convey meaning. These symbols, I know the very nature of the void runs through them, but is it a dead language, or the language of the dead? Perhaps that could be the title of my next monograph.
Interesting, interesting, isn't it? Alright. So, ancient alphabet, huh? So, if you look at the symbols, the code should be, if you're reading left to right, 9, 6, 2. Second, Month of Darkness. I am now certain of the meaning of that script adorning the flesh of those few who encounter the outsider. It is his name. The name he lost when he merged with the void. And if this name is returned to him, the old ritual performed by the envisioned years ago would be undone. This revelation sends shivers down my spine. What I hold is the catalyst that could undo everything our collegiate has accomplished. 11th, Month of High Cold. The ancient language tantalizes me still. The pronunciation was never formed for any earthly tongue. Perhaps these people long ago spoke with the spirits. But speculation is one of the many pitfalls which threatens the errant philologist? Words are hard. To pursue this further would necessitate undressing the deepest commandment of our order. No one has entered the ritual hold since the outsider merged with the void, but to find one of those cursed spirits to read this language, it intrigues and frightens me in equal measure. Against all caution, 27th Month of High Cold. Against all caution, all prudence, all sense of loyalty, I persist. I cannot abandon my research. This place, this reliquary that holds the outsider's true form, calls to me. If my plan to enter the ritual hold is found out, all is lost.
What? The mark is the outsider's name. And this says only spirits in the void can read it.
It's his name. The outsider has a name. Do you remember how this room was cut off? Stairways to nowhere? The rooms that seemingly ended. There's a reason why they're built that way. See? It all continues. All into the void. All those stairways that felt meaningless or pointless. They keep going. But now we know the truth. The mark is the outsider's name. Brings a whole new meaning to I am the outsider and this is my mark. Your mark. The thing that identifies you against all others. God, you are oblivious! What the hell?
Did you do that? There's no use running! Try again! Stay still! What?
She was blocking my shots! I didn't know they could do that!
There they are. The terrible beasts. The leviathans of legend. Even our oldest writings detail sightings of these creatures in the void. Their affinity for this place is well known, but still a rarity. And here, now, so many. Oh, they drift through the void as if it were the depth of some placid sea. Do they bear witness? Oh, such secrets they must know. And listen, what music they make. We had neither the means nor the opportunity to record them until this moment. Oh, but now, oh, how they bellow. It reminds one of a lullaby, or an elegy. We have never seen the whales in such numbers. They are congregating. But why? For whom does this choir sing such baleful lamentations? It feels as if their song could end the world.
It's for the outsider. That's my take, anyway. I kind of wish they had thrown in some, like, whales swimming across the edges of the void, you know? Would have been cool.
This will last all the old rituals. The age closes around us all like a rose of black teeth.
Now you can see why a place like this would drive you insane. Imagine blinking and suddenly you're seeing this instead of the town you were just in. Shall I kill them? Sure, maybe.
See what you can do with that shadow of an arm.
Gotcha. I got them all. At least I think I got them all. Alright. Just look at them all. People turn to stone by just their proximity. She almost made it. A hole in the world.
He's here. I can feel it.
There they are. I'm glad they ended up doing that. So there are whales. And there are several of them. Oh, and it's blinding.
Now everything is gone. The void is stripping it away.
Bring me his head in a dish.
I had a choice. I had a choice. I hear their fingernails inside the walls.
I will always hate you for what you did.
The noise. I hear it. I fed his heart to the hounds.
Soil underneath my fingernails.
Take me back. I want to go back.
He was my brother. He was my brother.
I see each moment of my life slipping from my fingers.
Dowd.
Dowd? Why are you here? What are you?
Look at us. Trapped here. An eternity on a butcher's block. Waiting for the knife to fall. There's nothing left of me but this.
Dowd. I'm here. Look at me.
I know that name. I know you. There was blood. And masks and blades raised. Billy Lurk. I even remember when you hated me. And now you followed me into the void itself. You brought the knife. I can't hurt him. There's nothing I can do. Only you can kill him. How long have I waited here?
Too long, old man.
There he is. The outsider. All this time dreaming in the void. I wonder if he dreamed about this moment. Go finish it. End his miserable life.
He almost looks like he's in pain. Is this really what you want? Is this really what he deserves?
You know how this ends, Billy.
Look at you. This is what the Abbey tried to hide. This is what the eyeless want to know about. I'm at the center of the void itself. And you're not even some kind of horror I need to face down and fight. You're at my mercy. But you've always been at the mercy of bad people, haven't you? You said I had a choice. Well, I'm here to make it.
Let's spare him. finally get a good ending for once in this string of gameplay.
You don't deserve this. No one deserves this. I won't let the world turn on someone suffering. I found another way. The outsider lived and breathed once. He spent his days on the streets of some forgotten city. These cultists took everything away from him. Even his name. But I know what it is. His name is the Mark. Only the dead can read it. If we give that back to him, he'll be free. He'll live out the rest of his days as a man like any other.
The Mark? No. You're here to kill him. You can't ask me to do this, Billy. Not after everyone he's hurt. Not after everything we've done.
Why is he to blame for what we did?
Why is he to blame for what we did? He gave us a way to fight back. He never lied to us about what we might become.
You know what I became. We looked down on Dunwall as if we owned it. As if we could drown it in blood. Wow. He knew we'd turn into monsters like him. He always knew. And this Billy, he can't do anything but harm.
Look at him. This wasn't his choice.
I saw the cult who hurt him. He died once at their hands. Look at him. This wasn't his choice. He never asked for this power.
Then end it. Put him out of his misery if you pity him. It's a better future than anything that might wait for him out there.
But does he have to die?
But does he have to die? Years ago, I did something terrible to you. I didn't deserve to live. But you let me walk away. You gave me a chance. Let him live, Dowd. Let him have the life he lost. Like you did for me.
When you left Dunwall, I hoped you could live a better life without me. That your future wouldn't be killing for coin until someone came to betray you. Forgiveness is a rare thing in this world, Billy. You're better than I was.
Dowd.
Farewell, Billy. For the last time. I can
Look at his
taste
eyes.
blood in my mouth. I can hear Dowd's voice in my ear. You have done something impossible.
We let you live. I can take you out of here.
These eyes were closed for centuries. And I saw everything. Down here, I walked through the minds of generations. And now,
you're free.
An ending.
I can't take back what was done to you all those years ago. No more than I can take back what was done to me. But now you have a chance to be something new. To be something better. It must be strange knowing what you know. Seeing with old eyes all the secrets of the world. We've both seen the worst in people's hearts. But in the end, I gave Dowd peace. And maybe you can find some too. There's so much doubt. But there are some things I know are true. The outsider is no more, and with that, the world will change in ways none of us can know. But the void is still there, echoing just beyond what you can see. And there's no one left to say who will and won't be touched by its magic.
And we did it. I mean, we still managed to miss 2 bone sharps, son of a bitch. What an amazing end to an amazing story. It's a smaller game, a subtler, like, it's a less intricate game, and it was clearly not, like, I don't want to say clearly. There was less time put into it. It's a smaller game. I'm assuming they knew they had less time. So there's some things that are a little bit less polished between Dishonored 2 and this one. But it's still a cool enough story that it's a nice way to wrap everything up. And I don't think I could think of a better character to choose as your lead than Billy Lurk. You've played everyone in the main cast at this point. Really. You played Corvo, you've played as Emily, you've played as Dowd, and you've played as Billy. And I think it was a very, very cool way to wrap everything up. And even then, technically the story of this world didn't end here. And we might play some of what they've done to continue the story at some point. It won't be like the next series by any means. I have some ideas, nothing solid yet. It may well end up being the next series. But with this series coming to a close, and with this being the first recording that I'm doing with my new job, there might be a bit of a delay in the regular upload schedule, and there might just be some shorter stuff that goes up on the channel. Of like when I'm sitting down to play games on my own, I'll throw on a recording in the background to pick up some funny moments and post those as like a compilation or something like that. But hopefully nothing too significant will change. It's just I've needed to have a job for a while now. I've not been doing the best financially, and that was getting in the way of me being able to put everything I could into this series. And not just the series, but my content in general. I've been drained recently. Although a lot of what's been causing me to not be able to make content has been stuff out of my control, like my medical issues I was having with my teeth and now my ear and all that stuff. But hopefully there won't be such a very big change. I really, really do genuinely hope to keep up with all this. But it's going to take some getting used to again. I am going to have to look at how I'm doing content and seeing if I have to change some things. But I wanted to wrap up this series before anything happened, before anything changed. But yeah. Well, everyone, this was Dishonored: Death of the Outsider. I hope you all enjoyed. I hope you guys all enjoyed the Dishonored series. I have really enjoyed playing all these games again, especially playing it for an audience. As I said, these games are probably still my favorite of all time. So it means a lot to have this series up on the channel. These series up on the channel. And I hope you guys will stick around for the next series that comes out. And yeah.
In the month of darkness, seasons destroyed.
We'll see you next time.
Killing bound his spirit to the void.
Bye-bye now.
Strained of color, the beggar no more, to become what the believers waited for. They set him outside beyond the spheres, quiet as the night, long like the years. He opened his eyes, as black as a dream, trying to speak his only words, a